Oh, I told her that.
Oops. We're live.
I wanted to change mine, but okay.
You girls are just it's exactly what I thought was gonna happen.
We're live, guys.
We're live. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
This is so awesome. Let me get out of it so I don't get distracted. All right. I'm gonna let that go. So let me just, okay.
Hey guys, we're
live. Sorry, bear with us. Welcome to tonight's webinar. We're super excited that you guys are here with us. I am going to just share my screen and we are going to start our webinar. I wonder if they'll still be able to see us. Oh my God. Can someone check if they could still see us when the slides start to play? I don't think so. What the heck is that?
I think they could see us on the side.
Yeah. I see this weird
Yes, we can see you in a little box on the side.
Okay, do you only see the slide or do you see a bunch of other stuff from Canva?
They're saying the slides. In the chat, they're saying the slides. We see a bunch of other stuff still.
Yeah, all right. See, this is what I didn't want to happen. Let me see what I could do.
Folks.
Huh?
No, just letting them know that this is live.
This is what happens, you know? And so before I share the slides, how about I just start, right? So welcome to Strong Confident Living Virtual Experience. And this webinar is, we really put a lot of love into it, and we wanted to do something different with you guys tonight. And we wanted to really share with you all what it is that we do as Beachbody coaches and to offer you an opportunity to be part of what we're a part of. But before that, we wanted to go into a few things. So let me see if I can share my slides again. I will try one more time with, see if it, okay. All right, good. So I'm gonna start with my story in a nutshell. But before that, you know, one of the things that we wanna make sure is if you guys that are on here tonight, are you really ready to like drop it like it's hot? And when we say drop it like it's hot, like that's our lingo. Like it's not only about dropping the pounds, it's about dropping that job you hate or dropping that attitude that you've been carrying. You know, the things that when you hear my story, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, this girl lost more than weight. It was a whole, you know, a transformation of the mindset and of the soul, because you know, not realizing that, you know, I always label myself as a stop and go, not realizing that the reason why I was a stop and go was because I was never really committed to anything long term. And so a little bit about me, you know, my name is Saudi Almonte, and yeah, Saudi, like Saudi Arabia. That was hard growing up. It was either Saudi Arabia or they thought I was some kind of a person from the war. I don't know. It was always hard. And especially when camouflage was in style. Remember that, Denise?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So guys, I'm just a girl from Queens. I am, you know, my background is Dominican. I was born and raised in New York City. You know, I did grow up in some of the roughest neighborhoods in Queens. I grew up on 94th Street and 34th Road for some of those viewers that are from Queens. And, you know, we grew up in a 1-bedroom apartment on public assistance. And, you know, I escaped all that and moved to Florida for 10 years. And, you know, it was beautiful in the beginning. And I thought that, you know, I was giving my son a better life and that I was on my road to becoming a great wife and a good mom. And then life just started to fall apart. You know, I started to gain a lot of weight. I started to get depressed. And because of that, I started to do things that a lot of us women do, which is charge a lot of stuff. And I started to put my family in a lot of debt, which was putting a lot of pressure and was making me eat more and was making us just go out and party and do things that a lot of us do every single day to kind of mask the things that are really going on in our lives. And the reason why I wanted to touch on that is because this webinar is not so much about you joining us in what it is that we're a part of. It's more about you taking a look at your life right now and making a decision and asking yourself, you know what, even if I don't join those crazy people, I think I need to make some changes. I think I need to be a little bit more disciplined with my life. And I think I need to make some commitments. And, you know, when I was forced to become a coach by my brother, and I just became completely consumed with the idea of changing my life and becoming an enthusiast on what it is that I was doing. It came very natural to me because I was always that girl's girl who, you know, everything that I did, I shared with everybody, you know, whether it was a diet pill that wasn't good for you, to whatever workout was in at the time. And so my whole life, I was that type of person that really always did what it is that I do now. I delivered non-fluffy advice to my friends. I was always very transparent. I was always very, you know, like a person that never, I was very real. And, you know, I think that's one of the reasons why this business became so easy for me, because the moment that I started to understand that my mindset was changing and that I was learning everything I needed to learn about self-care, I became more and more vulnerable and courageous to actually share what it is that was working for me positively through Facebook. And that's how I met these incredible women that you're going to hear from today. And so we've done some incredible things along the way. And so, you know, in 2010, when I became a coach 6 years ago, I went from being broke, overweight, and in major debt, about to lose our home. And fast forward a year from there, I was able to match my salary in the school board. I was able to leave that job and become a full-time coach. And within another year or so, maybe even less than a year, I became a six-figure earner, something that I never thought would be possible for me, because I grew up in an environment that just, you know, I didn't go to school. I'm a high school dropout. And so I never thought that was something that was possible for me. And, you know, my team has accomplished many things, and I won't bore you with the details because you probably don't know what it is, but we are a big deal. We were the first team in New York City to accomplish one of the highest ranks in the company. In 6 years, we were able to accomplish being I am a million club member, which means that in 6 years, I was able to accumulate a salary of $1 million. And it's crazy how I wouldn't have even imagined being a six-figure earner as opposed to being $1 million earner. And so it's pretty surreal to sit here and tell you all these things. I still don't even believe it myself, but we've been able to accomplish big things multiple years in a row. I received a leadership award in 2015 that my team is very proud of. And I was also part of the advisory board committee for 2 years. And the reason why I'm telling you all those things is because tonight we are here to not only share with you guys what has happened to us with our journey and with our transformation, but we want to make sure that you know that if you were to join our team, you're going to join a team that is going to take you far. We have a great reputation. We have a sisterhood. And so that's the only reason why I wanted to share that. So here is the next question. You know, I want you to raise your hand if this sounds like you, okay? Do you crave freedom in your time, in your finances, and in your life? And this is a question that I probably would have never asked myself until I started to really taste what it was like to own my own time and to be responsible for the time that I was putting in, meaning like I was being paid for my efforts. And I learned that just a few weeks into the business. And so the idea of working when you want, from wherever you want, if that sounds like a dream to you, perhaps sitting oceanside, like you see this picture, this is all of us, the girls on my team. We were recently in Punta Cana together celebrating one of our milestones in the business. And so if you want to be successful, if you want to own your own time and truly use your gifts to better people and the world, then raise your hand and stick around for this webinar. If not, then this isn't for you. There are people out there who really just don't care about other people. And I can't imagine that being possible, but it does exist. And so the next few questions are, so to know if you are the right person to be part of our team, we want to know, are you unapologetic, unstoppable, passionate, and positive? Because the girls you're going to hear from tonight, that's who we are. You know, we want to work with women who know their power, who don't hesitate to take initiative, who the word limitless puts a huge smile on your face. The idea of linking arms with other game-changing women, if that sounds like something that you would dream of and you would like for yourself every day when you wake up, every damn day, then this opportunity is for you. And, you know, when I was writing this, and I know the girls probably looked at me like I was crazy when I sent them the webinar, I said to myself, you know, this webinar needs to be different because we want to find lifers. We want to find women that really want to take this further than what we have taken it. And so in order for us to do that, we're going to need women that are just like us. And so I'm sorry, you can see the side. I kind of glitched here.
No.
Are we good?
No.
You can't see?
We can't
No,
see
they're not
any slides
visible.
at all. I'm looking at it from the event page.
Yeah, and I'm in there too.
Oh, okay. So you guys can't see the slides. All right. So let me, because this is thank God I asked. Hold on. Because this is a good
I
slide.
mean, but you're doing amazing.
Yeah.
Here, let me share screen. I'm glad I asked. Okay. That was a good break.
Okay, I think now, yes.
Now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is true for you, all right, and you already have what it takes, if you have the heart and hustle, then all you need to do is stick around and listen to the rest of us, okay? We're going to talk about the tools, and we're going to talk about, you're going to hear from these girls that are on here tonight. They're the biggest hard asses, and we've become the most incredible mentors, and we're going to talk about how we're going to guide you on a passion-based business, okay? If you look at us in this picture, we're here, you know, posing for a picture, having fun, talking to each other, but it takes a lot of passion to bring this type of freedom and joy to others. And so that's why we wanted you guys to kind of listen to what it is that we're looking for before we kicked it off. And so if that isn't a perfect match, then I don't know what is. I know that if someone would have presented this to me a few years before I joined, I probably would have saved myself a lot of hardships in my life. I would have, you know, just done things right a little bit sooner, but you can't unscramble eggs. And you know how when they say you're in, what is it? You're in the right place at the right time. Is that it? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what tonight is for many of you. And so now we're going to hear from Melissa Martinez, who is one of my amazing hard ass coaches. And she's going to talk to you guys a little bit about herself and how this all works.
Wow. Something about when she calls me a hard ass makes me work a little bit harder. Well, hi guys. Like Saudi mentioned before, my name is Melissa Martinez. I am a mother. I am a wife. I am an aunt, a sister, a daughter, and all those wonderful, wonderful titles that you can come up with. But I am also a health and wellness coach. I help people get healthy, both physically and mentally. And before becoming a health and wellness coach, I was an event planner by trade, working for a company for 17 years. And I thought that was my passion in life. I didn't realize that there was so much more to my life. And after 17 years of doing what I knew best, I left my job of 17 years, like I just said, to do what I loved best, which is helping others create a healthy, fulfilling life. And tonight, my goal is to explain to you all how I run a business through social media platforms and how the beauty of this business is that once what you put into it is what you get out of it. I am, and all of us on this webinar are where we are today because of our efforts, because we love and believe in our products, in ourselves, and we love helping others, right? So what does it take? So through our social media platforms, you may see us going on there and posting pictures of our transformation, sharing products that help us lose weight, have energy, recover our muscles, and all that wonderful stuff. And the reason why we do that is because we want to stay accountable. So for those of you who don't know, I don't love to work out. But because I have placed basically my trust in you guys, and I share through my social media platforms that I'm going to be accountable, I go on there daily and I show you guys my workouts. I don't really love doing them, but if I didn't have this commitment with you guys, I wouldn't show up. And that is one of the reasons why I do, right? And this is why it works for me. The next thing I do is I post my my journey, my meal plans, my meals, and all that good stuff. The second way that I use social media to run my business is basically I offer value. So I go on there and I share with you guys stuff I have learned. I do a lot of research work on stuff that's working, plans and stuff that's already in our shakes that I can share with all you guys, as do almost all of us coaches, right? As coaches, we're always learning. One of the things that we strive, that Beachbody is really, really big on, is that we are responsible in bettering ourselves, in learning, in growing, and that we're open-minded. And every day we do something that's called personal development. And basically all that is we work on becoming a better person, a better leader. And this is all done through social media, right? The next way that we run our business is through groups. We offer, when you guys see that we're offering you guys challenge groups, and you've seen these posted somewhere at some point if you're on this call, right? What a challenge group is basically a group of like-minded individuals. And we're all there in there sharing our goals, sharing our passions, our struggles, because we fail. And we're there to support, and then again comes that word, accountability. And lastly, how are us coaches here to support you if you join our mission? We as coaches have, I can't tell you that we have one way. We have many ways. Beachbody has given us a platform where we can go in and learn anything and everything we want to learn about how to be a coach, how to be the right coach, how to help the right people. And they support us 100%. But besides that, this team that you see here and our upline have come up with amazing training to walk you through your first 30 days. You're never left alone. We will never throw you to the wolves, like people say, and expect you to go out there and teach people how to do something you don't know how to do. We are here to support you. We're here to guide you and to help you with anything that you may need, because our goal as your coach is to help you and us change as many lives as possible. And now Cruz is going to give you some more information about this amazing business and opportunity.
Thank you, Melly. And I wasn't rushing you off. I was just making sure that you didn't have another slide and that I wasn't messing up.
Yeah, and I was like, she's rushing.
No, I wasn't. I'm so sorry. I'm here trying to make sure that I wasn't sure, because this thing doesn't let me go to I can't see what's next.
You know what, Saudi? I'm glad that you said that about rushing me, because in the past, 5 years ago, when you and I started working together, what would have happened to me if you would have done that?
You would have got really nervous.
I would have shut down. I would have been a total mess. I would not have been able to talk afterwards. And this is.
But you know, when we talk about what it is that we do on a day to day, and you know, we're just so much more comfortable. And again, this is good that you mentioned that, because with time, over time, you just become more and more comfortable talking about what it is that we do every day. It's just like your everyday job, you know, that maybe when you started, you weren't so comfortable and confident in it, right? And so you just become, you know, more and more talented. And that's basically what we are. And we're going to get deeper into it to explain to you guys what it is exactly that we plan to do with those who enroll into our team today. So thank you, Melly. You did an awesome job.
Anytime, babe.
So now we have Cruz.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Cruz Medina, and I'm a wife, a mother of two. I am also a wellness coach, and my upline Saudi is who found me, which I will be internally grateful for. So now, guys, today we're going to talk about what coaching has done for me, and I'm going to tell you just a little bit about myself at first. So I started at 215 pounds about 5 years ago when I came. And like I said, Saudi's my upline. She's the one who found me through social media. And in the course of 4 months or so, 4 or 5 months, I lost 65 pounds. Now, because of that, I became so passionate about helping other women when I saw my own transformation, which was through a challenge group. Just like Melissa spoke, our challenge groups are the best way to hold ourselves accountable, especially when we become coaches. It has helped me to become accountable, not only to myself, but to my team of girls that I bring in. And because of that, I am so passionate about the women that are in those challenge groups. And I help them every single day, not only with the physical, but also with the mindset, because that is exactly what my mentor, who helped me when I came in at 215 pounds and I was broken. I suffered from insecurities. I lacked confidence. And all of that, she was able to help me, not only through the physical, but the mental part, which is so important for each one of us. And it's exactly what is going to help you in this business. Because if you are here and you are passionate about women, if you have grit, if you're courageous, if you're resilient, if you're that woman, then this is for you right now. So throughout our coaching opportunity, the mentorship program, you're going to get great trainings. And those trainings is what helped me to be able to develop other women, to be able to become also financially free. When I was going through a separation about 5 years ago, I never knew that this opportunity was going to be a godsend. And if you're here right now, I really want you to turn to the person who invited you and say thank you. Because at this moment, you may not see it, but at that moment, when I was going through that separation, I saw how much this opportunity was worth to me. Because of the income, I was able to afford to be on my own. I was able to afford to pay for a new car. I was able to afford so many things for myself and for my daughter. So for that, I will be always grateful to this opportunity. So as an intern, when you come in, you're going to start with, of course, just like I did, I started with a program. I started with my shake, with the products. Why? Because you need to be able to first try it out yourself and see if this is a good fit for you. Okay. Once you see that and you're able to show that, yes, not only is it a good fit, but you're also getting results, you're able to share that with others. And you're going to be confident about sharing that with others and passionate through your social media. Then you're going to go through the basics of the Beachbody as a Beachbody coach. You're going to go through learning how to run an accountability group, just like I did. When Saudi put me in an accountability group, she was teaching us how to help others. Through there, I saw that, you know what, I want to help other women. I saw how a lot of women came in so feeling so insecure and leaving so confident about themselves and helping their families in return, helping their families. So that was another reason why I got so inspired. And like I said before, the coolest part was the income. And the income is always going to be based on what you put into it. How many people do you really want to help? That is how you're going to get to where it is that you need to get to.
Thank you so much, Cruz. I mean, it's like when you were talking about all these things, you take me back to when you first started. And yeah, when we talk about our intern and, you know, how we get you started and how you start to learn about the products and you start believing, you start, that's how the foundation, right? And I love that you went really deep into it because, you know, this isn't like a gimmicky Tupperware or like a thing that you want. This is something, that literally changes your life, makes you better from the inside out. And then you start to just become accountable yourself by sharing the products and teaching other people how this works. And, you know, some people may find it, when you look at it, they might find it as, oh my God, that looks like it's hard. That looks like, but it's because that's what you're looking at from the outside in. When you're on the other side and you're in a place in your life, the way Cruz was, the way Melissa was, the way I was, where I was just sick and tired of being overweight. I was sick and tired of stopping, and I needed something that was going to really work and that was going to hold me accountable long term. Because again, I didn't have anything that was teaching me to be a disciplined person, you know. And not in Cruz, you know, we forgot to add to this list. We also do weekly motivational team calls. And you know how many times we feel like, you know, giving up because maybe someone passed away, or maybe, you know, life is always going to happen, and we always have to be prepared for what it is that's coming, because something's always happening in your life. But these calls, they bring us back, you know, they bring us back, and they don't allow for us to kind of just hide out and quit. And then the other thing is that when you have other people looking up to you, like for me, you know, when I first started, it was my cousin Denise, who you're going to hear from next. I used to sometimes feel like I would be on the couch, I would get home from work, and, you know, I would start doing homework with the kids. And then I was trying to learn this business, and I would get on calls and all that stuff. And there was times when I would just be sitting there and I would see Denise post. I get a notification that she was doing her workout. And there I was putting on my sneakers and just making it happen. And that just kept happening every single day. The next thing you know, I had a transformation. We both had a transformation, you know? And so thank you so much for taking us down memory lane and, you know, talking about some of the things. And then not to leave out, you know, the commissions part. Like when I saw those little commission checks duplicate, like a doubling every single week, I then was like, oh my gosh, because I worked for the school board of Broward County. So I was on a contract. I was on a government contract. I was making like not even 20, I think it was like $22,000 a year. And, you know, now I make that in a month. And so, I mean, and Beachbody does not guarantee any level of income. It's based on your efforts. And obviously, look at the time we're here encouraging all of you. And so our efforts are pretty darn badass. And so when I saw that, that's when I shared in the beginning, that's when I was like, wow, I never knew that I can actually get paid for my efforts. And the reason why I thought it was so fascinating is because I have incredible work ethic. I may be a high school dropout, but I had incredible work ethic. And the reason why I have incredible work ethic is because I learned it from my mother and my grandmother. You know, I was raised by two women who had to make things happen for us because it was just them too. You know, I didn't grow up with my dad. And so if you're that person, you know, and you're looking at this from the outside in, I want you to look a little deeper and look at it in a way that maybe you can say to yourself, you know what, I really need accountability, and helping other people does not seem that bad at all, right? And so Denise, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you for that. I hope you guys are excited, because every time that I get on one of these calls, like I feel like re-energized. So this is really exciting. So my name is Denise Martino. I've been a coach since December of 2010. Actually was signed up by my cousins, Saudi and Cesar Almonte. Saudi is my upline, and how amazing this is that I've been able to build this business with family and friends that have become my family, you know, that were once strangers. So to me, this is like a surreal experience. So I've been a coach since 2010, like I mentioned. I initially signed up just for the discount and just because I wanted to be part of the community. That's why I signed up. I was 55 pounds overweight. My husband was overweight. And we just decided that it was time to make a change in our lives. So together we joined. I fell in love with the products very quickly. I knew that I needed the accountability. So the community to me was just an added plus. My previous career by trade, I was working in the social services industry for about 17 years. So when I discovered that I was able to earn an income with this opportunity, for me, it completely changed my life, because all I had ever wanted to do was stay home with my kids. I am that one that was, if any of you have worked in that industry, you're underpaid, you're overworked. I would often take work home with me. I was highly stressed. Towards the end, I was working for a boss who did not appreciate me. And it's almost like I think I was already speaking it out into the universe that I was just done. And this opportunity was like calling my name, like, Denise, this is it. I've always been one that liked, I went into that profession because I love to help people. I love to help people feel empowered, people that are in situations that feel like they can't. I love to show them that yes, you can, that strength is within you and you can do this. So when I decided to be a coach full time, it came easy to me. Well, at first it was a little bit of kind of trying to fit it in. But then once I realized that my skills that I had developed in my previous career, which I went to 4 years of college for, was the same skills that I can now use this in my coaching business, which is basically to help people, to be there for them, to inspire. So throughout my own transformation, I've discovered that, you know what, with my transformation and helping myself and my husband and my family, I can then now go on to help others. So it really just makes sense to me. So I hope that you guys are like super excited. I would love to see you all raise your hands or whatever you got to do here on this webinar. Because, if you're ready to make a tremendous difference in the world and live a badass life in the process, like, you got to be excited about this opportunity. And the word badass, like, I would have never thought that I was a badass 5 or 6, 7 years ago before doing this. But, once you put yourself through, like all of the ladies spoke about the challenge group, and putting yourself through working on yourself and your personal development, personal growth, working on your body, I cannot even begin to explain what that does to you as a whole. Like, I never would have thought that saying yes to a challenge pack, well, there weren't even any challenge packs back then. But saying yes to joining the community, saying yes to a shake, and saying yes to wanting to work on myself and lose weight, I would have never in a million years thought that it meant this whole other family that that I now have, that we can come together and we can brainstorm and we can support each other. And, best of all, like, oh my God, and every time I talk about this, I have goosebumps. I can stay home with my babies. I am home because I know that a lot of you on this call can relate to the hustle and bustle, if you have kids, of having to drop them off at school or maybe even at childcare in the morning, having to then pick them up, to pay for aftercare, to rush home, to do your cooking, your cleaning, get the kids to bed, and then to do it all over again the next day. Okay, so, I really commend you ladies that are doing that right now, but we're here to say that there is another way, that you don't have to live your life feeling like you're missing out on your kids, on them growing up, on taking them to school. It's those little things that for those first few years I didn't have until I decided to really take this seriously and devote all my energy into it. And I've been able to more than double my salary as working in social services by being a coach and doing what I love, helping myself, helping my family, my friends, all the amazing people that I've been able to meet through Instagram. Like, how freaking badass is that? Like, strangers, like Cruz is saying, that we take our girls, our people very seriously, that we help and that we bring in onto our team, showing them that through this opportunity there is another way, and this can be for anybody. You just have to make a decision to develop this as a skill, to learn the business. And we're here to say that we provide our teams, whoever decides to join, we provide you with the tools that you need in order to succeed. So with that said, hope I didn't miss anything out.
You didn't. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Denise. I really loved everything you shared. I mean, I we do these things for you guys, but I find myself getting more and more inspired by, the women that we're surrounding ourselves with. And it just really solidifies that, what, we are in the right community, we are in the right place, and we're doing incredible things together. And so we are each, and all of our coaches who invited their guest here tonight, we are accepting 10 people to join our mentorship. And the reason why we only like to take 10 people at a time, now it's a lot of us here, and there's coaches who invited some of you to be part of this webinar. So you have to make sure you reach out to whoever invited you tonight, because we're running our mentorships. And in addition to that, the first thing, right, we talked about falling in love with the product. And so what we offer, so tonight we have a promotion. You're going to get free shipping, free enrollment. And what that is going to include, aside from, being part of the mentorship and learning a little bit about the business as you're going through your journey, you're going to be part of a challenge group, which is an accountability group. We are super, super passionate about these accountability groups. I personally wouldn't be able to sustain my weight loss without the group. And I'll tell you a little bit about what we do in the group. And so they're usually 30-day challenges that we run at a time, but some of us run our groups ongoing. And in there we share, when you join, you get a meal plan, you get your workout regimen, depending on your needs and your goals. And in the group, we motivate each other daily. It's like having a 24-hour online trainer, not a trainer, but online like coach, like a wellness coach who's going to help you stay accountable to your program. And I can't stress enough how important this is, because there's going to be so many questions that you're going to have in the beginning. And there's going to be so many mindset changes and shifts that are going to be going through that you're going to be encountering, that you're going to really want to be part of a community and a sisterhood. And so within that group, you're going to share recipes with each other. We're going to do daily challenges with each other to kind of push us to the next level. The group is private, so nobody on your Facebook wall is going to know or see what's going in there. It's just a lot of accountability, motivation, and fun. And some of us do prizes. The package that we have that's being offered tonight includes your coaching free, which is the enrollment, and free shipping. And so please reach out to the coach that invited you today. We're only taking 10 people each. And the reason why we do that is because we want to make sure that you have the support that we had when we first started, right? Does it make sense, girls? You guys want to share anything else on that piece? Because I know it's very important that people know that we don't take more than we can handle, right? We want to make sure that we're helping you, and we're encouraging you and supporting you throughout your journey, and so that you can transition to becoming a coach the way we are. And we don't force you to do the coaching. So like, let's say you're not ready and you want to work on yourself for a little bit, you can just take advantage of the discount and the offer that we're having tonight. All right. So with that being said, girls, we did great. It's 9:40. I think we had a few people raise their hands, Denise. I know that's because you were asking them to raise their hands. So it looks like a lot of people are in. We have a lot of people raising their hands. Maybe somebody wants to take a look at the chat and see if there's any question that we can address tonight. If not, we're just going to wrap this up. We're probably going to have a prize in the group. So please make sure you go to the group page so that we can continue this party. Girls, any closing remarks?
No, just excited to just be here tonight, and just wanted to thank everybody, and just really take this all in, and this can be life-changing if you are open to it with an open mind and an open heart. This can absolutely be life-changing in a very good way.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun. And like I always tell people, I don't know how to be accountable by myself. Like if I didn't have all of you and the people that look up to us on social media, I probably would be where I was 6 years ago. And it's just the way it is, and it has nothing to do with the fact that one thing works and another thing doesn't. It has everything to do with the fact that we're creatures of habit. And so, I grew up not eating so healthy, and I accustomed myself to thinking that I need all of those things that I was used to eating, like, you know, maybe fried foods or whatever the case may be. But being part of this community, I'm constantly challenging myself to do better and be better every day, and making up recipes and, you know, adding the Latina flavor to all of our foods. And so a lot of our meal plans have a lot of our culture in it, you know. So that's one of the advantages of being part of our amazing team, that we have some yummy recipes that I look forward to every day. I'm like the biggest foodie, and so we make it happen.
We're going through setbacks. We're human, and then we just come together. And Cruz is my success partner. She's like, Denise, what are you doing? And my and all of us.
Yep.
They're accountable because we're human, and you know, it's just gonna happen. So
absolutely. Well, Melissa and I went to eat Italian the other day because her daughter wanted Italian, and Jeremy, I think, wanted, I don't know, they wanted freaking Italian. And, you know, they bring not one basket of bread, but like 4 baskets of bread. And she whips out from her purse these popper thingies that were like 10 calories. I'm like, give it to me, give it, because I really wanted the bread. And I'm like, that would have been, it wasn't just one basket, it was 4 baskets. So imagine if I would have just taken one piece of bread, but because she had her little things. Melly, what are those things anyway?
They're deli pops, and they're made out of wheat and barley, and they're like 2 grams of carbs and 10 calories. So whenever I go to a restaurant and they whip out the bread basket just like that, I make sure that I have them, because I don't want to be the only one not drinking or eating something that everybody else is, you know.
Well, it was funny because yeah, and so it was a few of us there, right? And it was so funny because only the kids ate the bread. None of us ate the bread. Everybody, and Melly had like 2 left, and we're like eating her little popper thingies. I think they sell them in Fairway. They pop them there, right?
They make them in Fairway, yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty
So
cool.
that's yeah.
Saudi, I do want to say one more thing though.
Yes, go ahead.
So first of all, guys, thank you so much for attending. And we all just came from the Tony Robbins event. And one quick thing that I want to leave you with and really think about, that really changed me, the way that I started thinking about things. He talked about choices and decisions that you're making in life, okay? And how they affect you. But you know what? Those same choices and decisions you make are not only affecting you, but they're affecting those around you. So what is it right now at this moment that you can think of that you know you need to make that decision, either be your health, your relationships, your income, whatever it is? Think about that. If you don't start making a change now, 5 years from now, where do you think you're going to be in your health, with your relationships, with your income, your jobs, wherever, whatever it is, that one decision that you are fearing making? What is it? So I just wanted to leave you guys with that, because that changed a lot for me.
Can I say something?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
This is because of what Cruz just said. It reminded me why this sisterhood, this business, this coaching opportunity has been everything for me. Because when we want to roll in our bed in a little ball, and we're not, we're human, we're not perfect. Mm-hmm. There are days where we just want to shut down. We have sisters like Cruz, like Denise, like Saudi, who will give us a quick wake up. Like what Cruz has done this to me many times. Like, what is it that you're fighting for? What is it? What is your why? And that's exactly why I will never quit what I do. Because
it's incredible. And you know, it's Cruz, like, you nailed it. And that's why when I shared in the beginning, like, we really mean it from the bottom of our hearts. Like, whether you join us or not, like, if this is enriching your life in any way, so be it, you know. When you make a decision, it affects everything, because the same way I made the decision to eat bad, to live a horrible lifestyle, and what happened after that? I became depressed. It started to affect our finances. I did a lot of damage to my life, but the same thing happened in reverse. The moment people don't realize how eating horrible affects our lives. Mm-hmm. It's so much deeper, you know, and nobody thinks about it because we're too busy worrying about the scale. We're too busy worrying about how we look, and, oh, because I want to fit into this and I want to do that surgery and I want to, it's so much deeper. Like, the mindset, and that's why I'm always talking about the mindset. The mindset is what's going to set you free. the mindset is what set all of us free, because we made a decision and we made a commitment, not only to ourselves, but to how it was going to affect our family. I think one of the things that I'm most proud of, and thank you, Cruz, for bringing this up, because I think it's a great way to close. I'm most proud of the life that I've been able to give my boys, not financially, but the fact that I am involved in their lives. Like, the thing that made me push this business even further in the beginning was my son we were living in Florida at the time, and he was in high school. And, people think that Florida is, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody who's here from Florida, but when you look at Florida, you think it's all, palm trees and beaches, and it's so not the case. The drugs and the bullshit, not that it's not here, but listen, I grew up in one of the worst neighborhoods in Queens, and I never, experienced some of the things that I had to experience in Florida. And so I was afraid for my son. You know what I'm saying? And not that I don't have to be afraid for him here, but the fact that I was present in his prime years when he doesn't know how to make decisions made me push for this business so freaking hard. And then the fact that I'm able to put him through college without having to ask anybody for help. And the fact that I am still present in his life, right? Helping him make those decisions. And now for my little guy will be bigger than currency. And so thank you, Cruz, for bringing that up, because I am so fired up. And I hope everybody on this call is also. Super, super excited to hear your feedback and to see some of your questions. We'll be around for another 15 minutes to answer them on the event page. So see you there, and thank you for joining us.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.